Hi, I'm Ashley Brown, and welcome to a special edition of The Woman's Place, where we're in downtown Bradenton visiting some of the shops and businesses that are working in our thriving community. We're going to talk to everyone from Mike Carter, who's been in downtown for many years, and kind of what's going on with the new Get Down Downtown series. We're going to talk to 3 attorneys that have just opened a new practice and have chosen downtown as their place to be, as well as visit the unique boutique, the resale shop of the Women's Resource Center. Thank you for joining us today. Hi, we're joined by David Dixon, who's the president of Island Mortgage Services. I do have to cheat on that. The name I got perfect though.
That's right.
So
yes,
welcome.
Thank you. Hi.
So tell me a little bit about you and how you got to our area.
Well, I've owned my company since 1999, is when we opened in the metropolitan Washington, D.C. area, and had a lot of clients there that were looking to buy property here. And in order to do mortgage loans for them here, we had to be licensed here, which meant we had to have a bricks and mortar location. We couldn't just do mortgage loans remotely. So I came down here to take the examination, the class and the examination that required in order to have a mortgage company here. And when I came here, I was driving out onto Anna Maria Island with my wife, and it just was that right time of day. It was 6:22 p.m. on November 22nd, I remember it clearly, and I said, honey, I'm home. This place hit me magically, and I then began to realize what it would be like for other people who came here. And instead of just having a remote little office, we opened a business here, bought a home that weekend here,
Yes.
which as a mortgage guy, you know, I recommend people take your time, look and see where this, I knew it was right. And I've known how my clients feel if they're coming from outside of the state or into the state since then. It's helped me to identify.
So you actually relocated your business onto Anna Maria Island?
Yes.
And you made that move in?
2006.
Great. So, and you were functioning great out on the island, doing well?
Yes, initially there's a little bit of a, you know, when you're in an area, there's a little bit of activity, but over time, that is a limited business environment. You know, which is why a lot of people want to go there. It's great if you're looking for a quiet type of environment, but as a mortgage company, great to be there, great to do business, but really a limited audience, if you will.
So what made you decide on downtown Bradenton?
Well, as time went along and we began to assimilate ourselves into the community, we found that more and more of our clients were coming from the Bradenton area, inland as opposed to out on the island. And that clientele just continued to build. And in the last few years, there's been a spike in the business that we were doing off of the island. And I began to get more interested in moving my business. The real estate was less expensive to rent than out on the island or to lease. And there's just a different vibration here. You know, it feels good here on out in Bradenton. And when I started to look for property, and I think I mentioned this to you, I prayed about it. I was consulting friends about it. How do we know where to go? Where's going to be the right place? And I one day was walking here on Old Main Street, and you could just feel the character of the place. And looked across the street from where I was on a Sunday, and there was a sign, you know, the place is
literally
a sign, a place that said, you know, that there was property to lease here and offices to lease. And so I looked at it and called Chris Merritt, who's the property manager. She called me back that Sunday evening, and we met, I think, Tuesday to look at the place.
So you relocated from Anna Maria Island to Old Main Street in Bradenton in the Ivy Professional Building.
That's correct.
And you gave me some impressive numbers. So you've been here how many months?
We're working into our 4th month now. We're in our
And your
4th month.
business has...
We've done as much business in that period of time here as we did in the previous 12 months.
Which
Anna
is
Maria.
amazing.
You betcha.
So, which is great for you.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
I'm real happy about it.
So you think it's a little combination, certainly of more centrally located, as well as being exposed to different people, or?
Yes, I think that's a great way to put it. We're where there's some action. You know, I liked Anna Maria in that you looked out onto the out the window and there was a palm tree right outside your office. Well, now we have a beautiful New Orleans balcony outside of our office.
It's not
and
bad.
There are people out there, you know, on the street, and there's more vibration, there's more activity. It's a lot more lively area.
You mentioned community, and I think one of the best things about Bradenton and Manatee County is that we do have a very big sense of community and being involved. What other things are you involved in?
Well, that's one of the other things that really attracted me to this area, was that there is quite a sense of community here. And once I got here, I started to gravitate towards the things that meant something to me. One of the things that I'm involved in is I'm heavily involved in Mote Marine Laboratory, which we are here. This is a natural environment, and we get so much of our culture from the Gulf, and I'm involved in scuba diving, etc. So Mote was a natural magnet for me, but I didn't know how much the scientists there and all of the staff there really care, and that sort of helped me to branch into some other things that, you know, I started to want to be part of this community. And some of the other things that I'm involved in is I'm part of the Manatee County Chamber of Commerce here, which is far different than the chambers that I've been associated with before. They really are active. They do a real good job for their members, and that's part of the reason my business is better, is because the chamber here has helped my business so much. I'm also involved in the history of the area. Means a lot to me. I noticed that you know, there's DeSoto Park down the road where we like to claim that that's where Hernando DeSoto came on land when he came here, and so the history of the area meant a lot to me. I got involved with the Hernando DeSoto Historical Society, which I love. It's a community involved group that gives back to several of the local charities and nonprofit organizations. I'm hoping to be involved in some other activities as well that are around the corner for me.
Well, great. So certainly it's not all work for you. You really get involved in work and live and play and give in your community, which is great.
Yeah, it is, because then you can do business as part of the community, which I've not really. I came from a larger metropolitan type environment, and this is something where you know the people and your character matters.
Well, great. And I did hear you say walk-in traffic.
Yes.
So if people are down here and need a mortgage, they can just come in and see you.
They sure can,
Great.
anytime.
So if you had to, which you've given us lots of good reasons, but to kind of sum up on why you think downtown Bradenton is a great place to do business, what would you want people to know?
I would want them to know that there are a lot of other businesses here. I would want them to know that there's a lot of professional people here. And the public is coming here attracted by the great restaurants and some of the great shops that are here. We have walk-in traffic, you know. There's other businesses that I can interact with that are helping me to get the word out. And it's a community in itself, you know, that helps to help the other business owners in the area.
Well, great. Well, David, I appreciate you taking your time.
It's my pleasure.
And I wish you continued good luck. And if your numbers keep going, it's going to be a great year.
That's right.
So great. Well, thank you.
That's my pleasure. Thank you.
Joined by 3 attorneys who have just started a firm on their own in downtown Bradenton. So I'm going to let you introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Derek DePasquale.
Jesse Tilden. Michael Prohidney.
So we've been talking a little bit, and you've been in the Ivy Professional Building again for about a month.
That's right.
So, and this is a new venture.
It is. It is.
Not a new venture as attorneys. But
No, we've all been practicing for about 10 years, but we decided to come together and form our own law firm. We're really proud of it, Tilden, Prohidny, DePasquale.
And you're a full-service law firm?
We are a full-service law firm.
So we talked about the obvious reasons of convenience, and Derek, you just came from court. So being downtown, what is your favorite thing about being downtown?
Well, we do a lot of work in the courthouse, so being across the street from the courthouse is tremendous. And then this location is, the historic buildings are beautiful. It adds a lot of character, and being right upstairs from a couple of nice restaurants and having a lot of businesses in the area is just wonderful, because we can park the car when we get here in the morning and we can pretty much walk to anything we need. Our bank is downstairs, so we love being in this building.
Which is great, that's a huge thing of having everything really conveniently located, so you don't have a lot of time traveling in the car, no road rage.
Absolutely.
Which is good. So, and Mike, I'd like to talk to you about the changes you've seen, because you all were in a firm a little bit outside of Old Main Street, but what changes have you seen downtown over the past 2-3 years?
The downtown definitely seems more vibrant these days. The last couple of years, there's more activity, there's more people on the streets, you see more people out dining, enjoying the nice weather, really taking in all that Manatee County has to offer.
So, and Jesse, I think you made an interesting statement, because you're married to a gal who grew up here, so you've seen a real transition in Bradenton and downtown in particular.
Yeah, when we first started visiting the area about 12 years ago, I loved the beaches, but I wasn't particularly impressed with any other component of Manatee County. Loved the Roo, but other than that, we just didn't get out too much. Now, though, having worked in downtown for about 6 years, and after moving to this location, I think Manatee County, downtown Bradenton is going through a real renaissance. The new development down here, the improvements to the buildings, the construction, the restaurant scene, the bar scene, it's a place to be now, unlike in my experience it has ever been in the past, and we're just real proud to be a part of it.
Now, I know that Derek has been involved in some community activities because he volunteered with the Women's Resource Center, but how else do you all see yourself being involved in the community outside of your business?
We try to do a lot of work in the community. We all try to take on our fair share of pro bono representation. I mean, there's a lot of people who are a lot less fortunate than we are, and we try to do our part to help them out. I do a lot of work, with my parish and through Catholic Charities to try to help individuals who are in difficult financial circumstances. Maybe you're dealing with some foreclosure issues now that they can't get help with elsewhere, and I try to do some consultation with them and help them out, get them off in the right direction. And Mike does a lot of work with Minnesota ARC, and I'm sure he'd love to talk about that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a board member, secretary-treasurer of Minnesota ARC, assisting adults and some children with developmental disabilities. We do a lot of work with that. We're also members of the Florida Attorneys Saving Homes, helping people with foreclosure issues.
So, and I think that's one of the best things about Manatee County, and I say it over and over again, that the people who live here, they give here, they get involved, and it's just great. So I appreciate you guys taking the time, and it's exciting to have a new business. I mean, you've created a new business in downtown Bradenton, and if you had to just say one or two things about why you think downtown Bradenton is the place to do business.
It's a vibrant community. There's a lot going on in Bradenton, Manatee County. There's a lot of people to serve. There's a lot of people who live here, some who've lived here their entire lives, other transplants. This is a great place to move to, a great place to be, and a great place to practice law. We like being close to the courthouse. We like to be able to assist individuals who need our help.
Great.
I think Mike really said it best. I mean, we're proud to be here in Manatee County. We're proud to be in this location, central to pretty much everything that the county has to offer, and we think that one of the things that Bradenton has been able to do as it grows is really maintain that small town feel. You can still walk to the courthouse as we grow and feel like you know everybody there, know everybody that sort of works and does business around us. And that's an important part to being an attorney and being connected to the community that you serve, and we're really glad to be a part of that.
Great. Well, thank you for taking the time out, and thank you for Derek just kind of swept in from court, so we appreciate you being here with us as well.
Thank you.
So, and good luck.
Thank you.
at the Unique Boutique of the Women's Resource Center with our new manager, Jamie Carter. Welcome.
Hello, Miss Ashley.
Yes.
Welcome to the shop.
I know. So we've been talking about all of the great things going on in downtown Bradenton, and retail has been a big part of the growth.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has. And we're very excited to be a part of that. We started out in Jennings Arcade 5 years ago, 6 years ago.
6 years ago.
Was it 6? Okay. At the end of the hallway. And in the past 2 years, we have moved to this location, and it's been phenomenal. The community embraced us at the beginning, and now they really, really come in here. We get clientele from the clerk's office, the courthouse, from even out east in Parrish and Lakewood Ranch.
Which is
so
great.
It's been a phenomenal move for us and a great success.
Now, the boutique was kind of a brainchild of yours when you were on the board of the Women's Resource Center.
Yes,
so you really
was.
pushed to get it to open.
Yes, yes. And you know, I always thought that we needed some place for women to shop, and you know, we have a lot of consignment shops and thrift stores in the community. But I wanted a special place. I wanted them to, I wanted women to come in and get good quality, you know, purchase good quality clothing and, you know, have the boutique feel. You know, we try to make it so that, you know, they're comfortable here. The dressing rooms are very nice, and we have snacks out when people come in, and, you know, it's a good feeling for women to come in here.
Now,
I hope.
And a really important piece to me, as well as the women in the community, is that all of the funds raised here go back to support the programs of the Women's Resource Center.
Yes, everything is, all our merchandise is donated. We started out as a consignment store, and just the overwhelming support from the community, it just made better sense for us to go strictly with donations, and you know, it's been a huge success.
Now, if people want to donate to the store, and we also have a career closet that's located at the center where women who are looking for jobs can get clothing for free. So if you want to donate clothing, how do you do that?
Actually, it's better for people to drop it off at the Women's Resource Center. And we have wonderful volunteers that go through and sort and you know, choose the clothing that we need at the shop, and that's really the best place. They can bring it down here to us, but you know, we have our experts and our volunteers down there to sort. So,
which is conveniently located at 1926 Manatee Avenue.
Yes,
so,
it is.
And it's really nice to be this close. So we've been talking about downtown and growing. So what has happened in the arcade over the last couple of years? We're in Jennings Arcade right on Old Main Street.
The arcade, it started out as more professional businesses, and over the past, well, I think we were the first retail shop in the arcade 5, 6 years ago, and over the past few years it's progressed where, you know, now we have Chelsea Dance, a full retail shop for women, and she has adorable things. We have Time Zone down here that deals with clothing, not so much clothing, but bags and watches and, you know, sunglasses. BC Cutters has been here, oh my goodness.
Since the beginning.
Oh yes, they've been here forever, and you know, they're one of the anchors that we've had in Jennings Arcade. We're slowly moving towards more retail. We've had a couple of shops in here, a couple of places in here that are available for leasing, and we've had a lot of retail people look at them.
Which is great. Now,
Yeah,
you and your
it's awesome.
husband, Mike, have been involved in downtown Bradenton for years. So if you had to give a great reason on why you would want to do business and work in downtown, what would it be?
I think the energy and the I think the energy downtown has changed in the past few years. And the commitment to growth downtown has been tremendous the last couple of years. And you see more and more people coming downtown. It's very exciting, you know, to sit on the sidewalk at night and have, you know, dinner or a cocktail, and to watch the amount of people that are, you know, down here on downtown Bradenton.
Well, and I think that's been the general consensus on people we've talked to, is it's a real increase in just energy and people and the different opportunities, whether it's retail, eating, certainly activities for the family as the Riverwalk and all that happens.
Right.
And to know that you've been here for 6 years with this shop is a great thing.
Yes.
I know.
Yes.
So when you're walking in downtown Bradenton and see the pink shopping bags, you know where they've been.
Unique Boutique.
I know. I always
Yes.
roll down my window and say, thank you very much, ladies.
Yes.
So will you and your volunteers that work here do an amazing job.
Thank you, Ashley.
Thank you for that, and continue the good work.
Thank you very much.
right, great.
I love it.
We're joined now by Mike Carter, who's the owner of O-Bricks and the Grill at O-Bricks, where we're seated. Welcome.
Thank you.
So you have been invested in downtown for a long time.
A little over 20 years now.
Really?
It flies by.
I know. So we've had the pleasure of interviewing several businesses in the Ivy Building as well as Jennings Arcade. Interesting history on the buildings. Tell us about it.
There's actually 3 separate buildings here, although they're contiguous. Each of them were built in separate intervals, starting in 1918 and being completed in 1926. So the end result has been a combination of historically preserved buildings with modernizations. And we now have about 80,000 square feet of mixed use that houses all types of tenants, from the restaurants and pubs to the boutique, to the salon, to professional offices for attorneys, mortgage brokers, financial consultants. So we're real pleased. Our occupancy is the best it's been since we've had the property.
That's good news.
That is great news.
And one of your tenants, since moving from the island in town, has seen his business quadruple, which I think is, I mean, that's a huge impact on his business.
That's correct. And he's been here now for about 3 months. And I think what he saw was a whole new demographic opportunity. There's an eclectic crowd downtown, from young professionals to all of the locals who have called Bradenton home their entire lives.
Are you finding that people are surprised at what's going on downtown with kind of the resurgence of retail and restaurants coming in? So
we see people remark all the time that they're very pleased to see that downtown has started to take on a life of its own, a personality of its own, and is starting to reach out to a much broader demographic. So we're seeing not only the old school and the old clients and the old guard of Bradenton, if you will. We're getting visitors from Tampa, St. Petersburg, Sarasota. We had 4 young adults actually drive down from Clearwater the other day to have dinner and relax after dinner at the pub.
that's amazing.
That is amazing.
So, well, and I think that speaks really to the energy and what's going on, and people seeing this as a destination as opposed to a pass-through to get to the beach, which is great. So there's been a lot of great events that have gone on downtown, but I'm hearing some buzz on some new things happening this fall. So fill us in on what those are.
Well, the first part of this year was great. I think our attendance, not only here, but in all of the businesses downtown, was above our expectations. We generally take the summer off because of the weather, primarily. This October, we'll start back up with the farmers market and a lot more theming, adding a lot more interest for a wider demographic. We've got some sporting events planned. We've got a huge Christmas planned. We will be supporting the opening of Riverwalk with multiple evening functions. So I think you'll see a much broader opportunity for the community to enjoy various events.
Which is great.
It is great.
And if you had to have your billboard statement on why it's great to do business in downtown Bradenton, what would that be?
There's no better customer than a friend.
Oh my gosh, that was really good.
I don't know where it came from.
That was excellent. Well, and I appreciate all that you and Jamie have done to support your community. You've been involved in everything from certainly the Women's Resource Center, South Florida Museum, Pace Center for Girls. It kind of goes on, and a theme that we've seen as well is people that live in this community get involved in this community.
Correct. Very true.
So I think that that's great. Well, I appreciate you taking time out of your day to talk to us about all the great things going on in downtown, and you have beautiful buildings.
My pleasure. Thank you,
great.
and spend the whole afternoon.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to thank Mike Carter, Jamie Carter, Dave Dixon, as well as the new attorneys who took time out of their day to talk to us about what's going on in downtown Bradenton. Realize Bradenton is a great place to stay connected with all the events and happenings that are going on in our community. Thanks for being here on A Woman's Place.